दिलों में प्यार की खुशबू तो होठों पर दुआ रखना दिलों में प्यार की खुशबू तो होठों पर दुआ रखना ईमान में वक्त से एक रिश्ता इश्क को वफा रखना ईमान में वक्त से एक रिश्ता
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Friday Sermon for Kids, where, as you already know, you sitting at home are given just a little bit from the wonderful guidance present in beloved Huzoor's Friday Sermon. Nobody here does this alone. Every single week, helping me out are two amazing panelists. They're sitting with me right now. This week, to my right is Tashif, to his right is Waleed. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Jazakumullah ahsan for being here, guys. Now, dear audience, although the 11 expeditions against the rebels in Arabia are over, we are only starting to scratch the surface of the Muslim victories that followed.
हज़रत खालिद बिन वलीद ने यमामा से रवानगी से कबल हुरमुज़ को ख़त लिखा था। उन्होंने अपने ख़त में लिखा कि अम्मा बाद फरमाबरदारी इख्तियार कर लो, तुम महफूज रहोगे, या अपनी और अपनी कौम के लिए हिफाजत की ज़मानत हासिल कर लो और जिज़िया देने का इकरार करो, वरना तुम बजूज़ अपने आप के किसी और को मलामत नहीं कर सकोगे। मैं तुम्हारे मुकाबले के लिए ऐसी कौम को लाया हूँ जो मौत को यूँ पसंद करती है जैसे तुम ज़िंदगी को पसंद करते हो।
So, dear audience, as it turned out, even though the rebels in Arabia were defeated, there were still a lot of things happening, and we're going to be diving into some of those exhilarating details. But before all that, as you already know, I come to my panelists who already know what's coming their way. Were you guys able to go through the sermon this week?
Alhamdulillah, I had a chance to see it once.
Same here. I got to see it once too.
Alhamdulillah. So, what about those newly learned points?
I learned that during the Battle of Zaatus Salaasil, the Persians used chains to attach to each other.
I learned that Hazrat Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu instructed Hazrat Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu to conquer Ubullah in Iraq, as this was a stronghold of Persians.
MashaAllah, very nice points, guys, and we're going to be coming back to these particular topics, but not before hearing all of your newly learned points to your audience. For that, we go straight to Kids Take.
I learned when the spoils of war were sent to Hazrat Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, they also included an elephant, which the people of Medina had never seen before.
Noble men of Persia wear hats. The more higher rank, the more expensive the hats would be. One of the battles that took place was the Battle of Zaatus Salaasil, in which the leader of the Muslim army was Hazrat Khalid bin Walid, and for the Persian army was Hormuz.
I have learned that the noble men of Persia would wear hats, and the higher their rank, the more expensive their hats would be.
I learned about the incident where the spoils of battle included an elephant, which the people of Medina had never seen before. It was taken around the city so everyone could see it. Some people were astonished and wondered if it was manufactured or was it a creation of Allah. Jazakallah.
I learned from the Friday sermon the Battle of Chains took place between Muslims and Persians. Persians attacked one another with chains, so they defeated and Muslims won the Battle of Salaasil, means Battle of Chains.
Assalamualaikum. मैंने इस खुतबे सलाम किया है, इसमें हजरत खालिद ने एक वॉर विन की और मदीना के लोगों ने एक फर्स्ट टाइम एक ब्रांड न्यू एनिमल देखा है, उसका नाम है एलिफेंट.
Jazakumullah ahsan al-jaza once again for all of your wonderful videos. And if you missed us this week, make sure to send in your videos. We love hearing your kids' takes. Now let's get back to our discussion.
Just before we go into some big topic, I just wanted to say, I did not know that Persian nobles wasted so much money on hats.
Yeah, 100,000 dirham just for a hat. These people didn't seem very humble.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, part of their pride or their lack of humility is seen in the fact that when Hazrat Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu defeated Musaylama and afterwards came basically in close contact with Hormuz, right, who was one of the most powerful noble Persians who was supposed to guard the eastern border of the Persian Empire, right? Name was Hormuz. Hazrat Khalid bin Walid basically told him to, stop his aggression, don't try to engage in any war, because they previously had helped rebels against Muslims, and told Hormuz to become obedient, right, and let go of these aggressions. Hormuz, in reply, basically decided to go back to the Persian emperor. The Persian emperor, Huzoor mentioned, his name at that time was Ardashir, and he asked Ardashir for a massive army, and Ardashir helped him, gave him a giant army, and he got ready to basically face the Muslims head on in war.
Wow, so they were prepared to fight the Muslim armies then?
Yeah, but what happened after that?
Well, Huzoor mentioned how after the army gathered there, as you mentioned, Tashif, number one, what you have to understand is these people went to the wrong place. They first ended up going to a place called Kazima. The Muslims weren't even there. That's why one of the names for this battle is also the Battle of Kazima. But after they found out that that's not where the Muslims are, they went to a place named Hafir. And in Hafir, Huzoor mentioned, is where they faced the Muslims. And this is where your point comes in, Tashif. The Persians had basically chained themselves up together, right, to face the Muslims as some sort of a unified body to fight against the Muslims. But many of the Persians themselves disagreed with that. They had told them, you've literally tied yourself up and are presenting yourself to the Muslims, right? And what happened was that technique went completely against them. Huzoor mentioned how they started to lose that battle right off the bat. When this happened, the main leader, Hormuz, from the Persian side, tried to do some sort of a trick, right? And he basically called out Hazrat Khalid bin Walid. He called out Hazrat Khalid, he told Hazrat Khalid, come out and face me on a one-on-one battle. When you do that, you're basically calling out the respect of the other leader and telling him to come face me one-on-one. We'll see who is the better fighter amongst the leaders. So Hazrat Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu accepted that match, accepted that battle with Hormuz. And in that one-on-one battle, it's part of the tradition that only those two leaders are supposed to fight. What happened was, when Hazrat Khalid bin Walid ended up overtaking Hormuz, Hormuz was on the ground and he was about to kill Hormuz basically. Persians ended up doing treachery and started to come and attack Hazrat Khalid. In other words, they were basically cheating, right? But Hazrat Khalid bin Walid was very swift with his sword, right? His handles were very good. And so he was quickly able to get rid of Hormuz in that time. But right in that moment, another companion named Hazrat Ka'ka'a radiallahu anhu, right? He saw that the Persians were definitely going to be cheating. They were not interested in any honor, code of, dignity or anything. So at that moment, he realized that the Persians are going to attack them. So he did not even wait. He directly responded by doing a full-scale attack against the Persian army. And that was a very, very intelligent move, because as a result of it, the Persians saw the blunt force of the Muslim army and they ended up getting destroyed as a result of it, right? Many of them basically ran away, but at the end of the day, the Muslims won the battle of Zaatus Salaasil.
So much for their pride. Hazrat Khalid bin Walid really showed them what true bravery was.
Oh, and I also remember in the spoils they got from that battle, there was even an elephant.
That's the elephant they took all the way to Medina, right? And it was the first time people saw an elephant in their entire life.
Yeah, they thought it was some made-up animal using special material. It's amazing what some people can think when they see something for the first time.
That is very true, but Murabbi Sahib, did Huzoor not explain another reason why Muslims won this battle?
Yes, there was actually a very, very important reason, Tashif. Huzoor explained how when Hazrat Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu, along with the Muslim army, went to go fight this battle, they were not in Arabia proper, they were in Iraq, which is right at the border with the Persian Empire. So those local people were not basically the same as the local Arabs there, right? They had their own sort of backgrounds and all that. They were different culture, many of them. Hazrat Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu made sure that the local people who were not engaged in any war are not bothered in any way. Most of them were farmers, and those farmers were free to continue their farming. So they were not bothered, and so he ended up gathering their support. That's why they were happy with the Muslims being there, because they were not being bothered by the Muslim army. All they had to do though was pay the jizya.
The what?
Yeah, I don't know that word either.
I think we know what's coming up next.
Well then, you know what to do.
Got you, Murabi Sahib. So Monis,
Take it away with the word of the sermon.
Jazakallah, guys. So, if you're not sure what the word jizya means, don't even worry. It's a purely Arabic word and it's a very specific Islamic term. Basically, when Muslims defeated an enemy and took over their land, there were both Muslims and non-Muslims living in the land. The Muslims obviously paid zakat, which was 2.5% of their total savings. But it was important for the non-Muslims to also pay tax to the government, because at the end of the day, they were citizens of the Muslim Empire. The tax which they paid was called jizya. The jizya was actually small, and its main job was to fund the Muslim army so they can keep peace in the land they have taken over. The people who gave the jizya were those able to fight in war, so children and old people did not even have to give it. That is why they were happy with the Muslim rule. Back to you guys.
Jazakumullah ahsan al-jaza, Monis, and as we will be finding out very, very soon, this was just one part of a long line of victories for Muslims.
wait, but wasn't Persia like a superpower of that time?
Yeah, how did the Muslims even keep up the fight against the Persians?
That's a very important question, because at the end of the day, the Muslims were just coming right out of the desert and facing a superpower, as you've mentioned, at that time, that was Persia. But Huzoor mentioned one thing in the Friday sermon. Huzoor said that after the Battle of Qazima, the Battle of Zaatus Salaasil, the fact that the Muslims were able to win that battle, even though it was not inside Persia, it was at the border in Iraq, it sent a message to the Muslims. The Muslims realized that although the Persian emperor is very, very strong and the Persian Empire looks very, very strong and powerful on the outside, on the inside, they have weakness. They're not all united. They're not all on the same page. So there is weakness inside. And it's because of this that they were able to move forward. And Hazrat Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, as you mentioned, Walid, who instructed the Muslims to go forward and take over the Persian stronghold of Ubullah. Ubullah was very, very important for one major reason, because it was at a point where many of the rivers that go into Iraq, right, actually end up meeting. So that region was very, very important. The battle was very, very fierce, but Hazrat Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu, the person that he had sent forward towards this battle of Ubullah, finally ended up taking Ubullah. It comes in history that Ubullah was lost by the Muslims once at the time of Hazrat Abu Bakr, and then at the time of Hazrat Umar it was taken again, but this time permanently it remained in Muslim control.
What a great victory, but we know there were a lot more victories to come.
No doubt in that, Tashif, but the following battle that we're going to find out about, we're going to find out by going to our next amazing segment. For that, we go straight to the question of the sermon. Alright everyone, time once more for the question of the sermon, where you already know what's coming both your way and the panelists' way. So the question this week is, what religion did the famous tribe in Iraq belong to, which the Persians tried to incite in a war against the Muslims? You have four options. Option number 1, Zoroastrian. Option number 2, pagan. Option number 3, they had no religion. And option number 4, Christian. Time starts now. Time's up. Tashif, what do you have?
I think it's number 4, Christianity.
I also think it's number 4, Christianity.
And your answers are absolutely correct.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes. So Murabi Sahib, what exactly was this all about?
So Huzoor basically mentioned that this battle is known as the Battle of Walaja. What happened in the Battle of Walaja was something simple. The Persians started to realize that they're sending their soldiers from, very far away, all the way to Iraq, near Arabia, to go fight battles against the Muslims, and they're losing battles. So what they decided to do was contact a very powerful Christian tribe in Iraq. This tribe was very, very big. Its name was Bakr bin Wail. And the Persian emperor even invited their chiefs to the Persian throne, basically guided them and told them that these Muslims, they're against you, they're not your religion, you should fight them, kind of got them incited for war, and even assigned an actual chief from the Persian Empire on them and told them that this is your army leader, right, who's going to take you. The army leader's name was Antarzagar. It's a real mouthful of a name, but that was their leader, and they were sent off against the Muslims to basically face the Muslims in Iraq. Now, here's one thing that the Persians realized on top of that. They realized that if it's the Christian tribe that ends up beating the Muslims, it's just going to be an embarrassment for the Persians, right? So they decided to keep some of the credit for themselves and send an extra army in the back. And that extra army was sent in later. Hazrat Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu found out about this. He found out that it's not just this Christian tribe that the Persians have sort of, armed and made powerful and incited against the Muslims. They're sending an extra army from the back as well. And so Hazrat Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu very brilliantly thought out an idea and decided to attack both of these armies on 3 different fronts. That means the Muslim army was split into 3 equal factions and sent from 3 different directions against the non-Muslim army, so the Persians and the Christians in this case. And that worked like a charm. It ended up overwhelming the army that was against the Muslims because they realized, okay, we're getting attacked from 3 different directions. What in the world is going on? And at the end of the day, it worked out in support of the Muslims. The Muslims won the Battle of Walaja. And as per the tradition that Hazrat Khalid had kept alive, the locals, though, were still treated with kindness and were let free to do their things.
And yet, we still have so much more to talk about.
Well then, you know what to say.
Absolutely. So remember to cover Huzoor's Friday sermon and get back to us.
And don't forget the old critical message.
Did you enjoy this week's Friday Sermon for Kids? Want to know how you can make it even better? Tell us what you learned from beloved Huzoor's Friday sermon and send your videos and questions at FS4Kids@mta.tv no later than Sunday, and we'll try to include them in our next week's show.
Now, we can't include all the videos you'll send every time, but you can see them all on our Instagram and Twitter at MTA Canada. Remember, at Friday Sermon for Kids, you're not just the audience, you make the show. See you next week.
Alright everybody, we're back with the review and brand new stories, so pay close attention.
Huzoor explained how Hazrat Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu told a powerful Persian noble named Hormuz to stop fighting Muslims and become obedient. But Hormuz decided to fight the Muslims and gathered a massive army. The battle took place at Hafir and is called Zaatus Salaasil, or chains, because all Persian soldiers were chained together to fight the Muslim army as one. Its other name is also the Battle of Gazima. The Persians lost that battle, and many of them ran away, giving Muslims lots of spoils, including an elephant, which was the first time many Muslims saw a full elephant.
One of the reasons why Hazrat Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu was so successful in fighting Persians was that he had lots of support from the local non-Muslim farmers in Iraq. He had let them freely continue their farming, only asking them for a small tax known as the jizya. But of course, work against the Persian was not done as Muslims went on to take the city of Ubullah, which was a major town, allowing access to big rivers in Iraq. Muslims won the battle but found out that the Persians had started to regroup in the town of Mazaar and were getting ready to attack the Muslims again.
That's right, an army led by Qarin, who was originally going to help Hormuz, stayed behind in Mazaar and fought the Muslims head-on from there. But Hazrat Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu successfully defeated that army as well, gaining even more war spoils. But after this came the Battle of Walaja, where the Persian emperor tried to use a famous Christian tribe named Bakr bin Wail to fight the Muslims in Iraq. and even sent another army so they could get credit for themselves as well. But Hazrat Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu found out about their plans and counterattacked them on 3 different fronts, surprising the enemy and ultimately getting victory in Walaja as well. And of course, as this chapter has just opened, these brand new stories of Muslim victories will continue next week as well.
So try your best to watch the full Friday sermon.
Until next week.
Khuda Hafiz.
तुमसे मुसलसल राबता रखना, मगर है शर्त तुम उससे मुसलसल राबता रखना. इमाम वक्त से एक रिश्ता इश्क वफा रखना, दिलों में प्यार की खुशबू तो होठों